Much better. So I want to do our hero of the week segment, real quick. This is, a surprise hero of the week for you, but not for me. So the hero of the week is this young gentleman behind me right here. Everett has been through hell and back. He threw out the first pitch yesterday at the Tampa Bay Rays game, but this is after 4 months of being in the hospital straight. He had leukemia. They let him out because the white blood count has reached the proper level, and it's been a long run. Everett Baker is his name. His father, Brad Baker, is a very good friend of mine. He's a police officer here in the Tampa area. Play fantasy football with him, but he's a great dude. His wife is works for the county as well as an attorney, and my wife and I have been through a lot of hospital stuff with our child. Yeah, I spent 3 weeks recently in the hospital. They spent 4 months, and 4 months of basically giving up what they had to be with that child 24/7. As your 6-year-old goes through that, first of all, the bad feeling you get when you hear the news that your 6-year-old is in trouble, and then 4 months of treatment, hope, despair, everything else, culminating in Everett tossing out the first pitch last night at the Tampa Rays game. Saying that his favorite players are Franco, Phillips, and Kiermaier. And by the way, he threw it right down the middle. Just drilled it after 4 months of sitting in that hospital. So hero of the week, all three of you, the parents, for enduring what you've endured, and Everett Baker for coming out of it in spades and just drilling that pitch right down the middle, so that you can get back to a normal life. You, all three of you, are our well-deserved heroes of the week. And
way to go, Everett.
Yeah, man, that's big. Have you ever thrown out a pitch, dude?
No, but we were walking in one time. Me and Sonny went to a game. We were walking in, and somebody came up to him like, "Hey, how old's your son?" And I'm looking at him like, "The fuck's your?" And so we want him to come on the field. So they went through all this bullshit, and
what's funny is your first instinct is mine. What do you want with my kid?
Yeah, who the fuck are you asking about my kid?
Yeah, leave my kid alone. Yeah.
And we're gonna put kids on the field. Anyway, what they were doing, they were putting a kid at every position. All right.
Is it weird that we went from Michael Jackson to kids? Is that a weird transition?
Well, we'll go Joe Biden next.
Yeah, go. We are, yes, but go ahead. So kids are on the field. Anyway, Michael Jackson, kids, and yes.
Yeah, so they put them on a field, each kid at a position, and Sonny was the pitcher, and he threw the first pitch. He was fucking beautiful, man. It was back when he used to do the shit that I told him. He fucking threw it right down the middle, walked around the mound, doffed his hat to each side of the stadium. It was beautiful.
So my brothers and his wife bid on at some auction and won the right to throw a pitch at Wrigley Field, for a Cubs game. So my brother, I always had the arm in the family.
Clarify, a first pitch, not
a first pitch. Yeah,
not a pitch in the club in the Cubs.
Yeah, not a pitch, the first pitch of a Cubs game, which is pretty cool, right? Like
right.
Wrigley Stadium, you toss it out. So I got into his head a little bit, and I shouldn't have done this because I know my brother's a little bit psychotically competitive, and he never had a really great pitching arm at all. I was the one that could throw. He was the one that was very, very angry, that learned how to do jujitsu and fight. So I started fucking with him a little bit. I'm like, look, how many first pitches? I mean, there's 182 baseball games a year, right? Something like that. Everybody nobody remembers anything but the shitty ones. All right. So I said, You've got a couple plays here with your shitty because he's out there throwing 100 pitches a day. He's got fucking like a, there's a pressure. He doesn't want to fuck up. He's like, I'm gonna wear 69 beans on them. I'm like, yeah, that's real creative. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about you wearing 69 beans on the back of your shirt. Nobody's gonna care. I said, here are your options. I said, number one, option one, you do an intentional, terrible throw and you do it as a tribute to somebody else, like you do, dress up like, Obama and throw it backwards, or something like that.
Yeah.
You'll catch a lot of heat, but it'll get there. I wouldn't recommend it because you're a CEO of a company. Option number two, do a magic trick. So I said, you have the glove, walk out there with doves in your glove and go to wind up and release the doves and let the doves fly up in the air and then throw your fucking strike. And he's like, I don't want doves, fucking doves. Nobody will be able to see doves. I go, they'll be able to see the fucking doves. It'll be something badass. Have you ever seen anybody do a magic trick while throwing their first pitch? I haven't. It'd be something.
I don't want to.
I said, option number three, something a little bit more gangster. Go out there with some kerosene on a rag, rub the baseball, light that motherfucker on fire, throw it down the fucking plate. Now that's my thing. Just light that bitch on fire and throw it right down the fucking plate. Now that's how legends are born. So all of a sudden he's like, but I was just gonna have the people, spot, and I get nobody gives a fuck. Do something. You bought this moment. Do something fucking epic. Don't fucking waste this moment on some basic bitch Karen shit. Do something people will remember. And his head, he's got a much bigger head than mine. I got a little peanut head. He's got a big head. I could feel it getting red. I could feel it fucking the pressure building. And he's like, I gotta go. Because he's now thinking about what
he's stewing.
He's stewing. He's like stewing. I got it now because he already had enough pressure just to get the pitch over the plate. He's throwing 100 pitches a day, just to be able to not look like an asshole. Now I'm like up the ante, and my wife goes, "What did you do?" Because she knows how he is. He's gonna go full psycho on this.
Everybody looks like an asshole. Except the ones that do stupid shit.
Or you could do something legendary. I mean, if he threw a flaming ball down the fucking middle, that'd be pretty rock and roll. I would be very proud of if he threw a flaming fireball down.
What would be the repercussions of that?
Nothing. People would cheer. It was awesome.
No, I shouldn't say repercussions. I mean, how the fuck you gonna get a kerosene soaked ball? You know what I mean? You gotta have a match, you gotta light it, you gotta fight. It's too much baggage.
No, you're up on the plate. You take it, you hide it in the glove with the big thing is real well soaked kerosene. In the glove, you wrap it around, you pull out the ball, you fucking light it right in front of the crowd with a big torch because they have some cool lighters. They have like lighters that go light that fucker, hold it in your hand like a man, and just fucking throw it. That's how you do it. If your hand stays a little bit on fire, who gives a shit? If you get a second-degree burn, that's the price you pay for.
That's worth it. That's worth it.
Yeah, do some fucking rock and roll. You can't just sit there like some pussy. I made it down the middle. I mean, it's badass when Everett did it because, he's a 6-year-old kid coming out of fucking cancer therapy. It's not badass when a 50-year-old man does it. It's just, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? So these moments, I've been trying to hammer on him, try to give him that extra bit of juice. And right now, I'm gonna play the segment for him and really piss him off. Get back in the lab, dude. Don't just do it. Don't just take the easy way out.
Don't fucking mail it in. Have some balls.
So
have some balls.
Have some balls. So the dove. If you saw somebody throw and a bunch of doves came out, you wouldn't be like, oh, that was pretty creative.
No, that would piss me off.
Why would it piss you off?
it's too cutesy. You know, baseball's not a fucking cutesy game.
It's the queerest, cutesiest game in the entire world. It's literally the queerest game in the entire planet. There's
You
nothing.
shut your fucking mouth because
There's
it's not. It's the
nothing
most fucking. It's the most heterosexual game out there.
Oh, horse shit, dude. The people are bent over waiting for a ball to come into their baby glove so that they can go tag another guy.
Fuck you, Beans. Fuck you for that. Don't talk about baseball.
So they could tag some guy out on his ass, slap him on a butt,